We all know Ilia Topuria as the incredibly wealthy MMA champion, but there was a point in his life where he was struggling to pay his bills, so much so that in his late teens he was working 4 jobs at the same time. So today we're going to be talking about every single job that Ilia Topuria worked when he was just a teenager. After moving from Georgia to Spain at the age of 15, Ilia and his brother quickly quit school to pursue MMA. Between gym memberships, gear and equipment, and tournament costs, Ilia needed to earn money if he wanted to continue his new lifestyle. So, Ilia took to the streets to start looking for as many jobs as he could do. One of the first jobs at the age of 17 years old that he was able to lock down was as a hammockero in the beaches of Alicante. The title of the job roughly translates to Hammock Attendant. The main responsibilities that he had was to rent out beach lounge chairs and umbrellas to tourists and locals. This meant long days on the sand. Many times it was sunrise to sunset, setting up and collecting folding hammocks, managing rental fees, and ensuring beachgoers were comfortable. It was a paid job and mainly seasonal, and Topuria often rode his bike to the beach to work every morning, about a 30-minute bike ride each way. During the summer season, he essentially worked 7 days a week, Monday to Monday as he describes. He was making between $21 and $22 per day, or about $650 per month. Despite the physical nature of the work under the sun, Topuria balanced it with his training schedule. He either trained early in the morning before his shift, or late at night if he didn't have any other jobs to do. Earnings from the beach were crucial in paying for gym memberships, equipment, and travel to amateur MMA and BJJ tournaments. Another job Topuria juggled in his late teens was as a cashier at a clothing store in Alicante. He worked at a popular apparel shop called Stradivarius, which is a Spanish women's clothing fast fashion retailer owned by Inditex. At this job is where he manned the register and assisted customers with sales. The retail job was part-time, so Topuria took shifts generally on Fridays and Saturdays, which were their busiest days. At roughly 18 to 19 years old, he was spending weekends behind a store counter, operating the cash till and organizing merchandise. Topuria also worked as a security guard on weekends, acting as a doorman or a portero at a local nightlife venue in Alicante. He spent late nights checking IDs and keeping order at bars and clubs. Notably, this role was a family effort. His father held a doorman job on weeknights, and Ilia took over on Saturdays and Sundays to give his father a break. The security gig was paid per shift and entailed typical nightlife security duties. Topuria earned a little extra money, allowing his father to rest. Finally, the last job that he took on was as a martial arts instructor. Topuria took on a low-paid coaching role to leverage his martial arts skills, since he taught MMA classes in Murcia, Spain. Once a week, typically on Wednesdays, he would travel from Alicante to Murcia, which is about an hour-long journey, to instruct this class. This can be considered a part-time job despite the fact that he didn't get paid much, usually just enough to pay for transportation to and from the job. So it's not difficult to see that Ilia's work ethic was sharpened by all of these jobs. At such a young age, he is able to sustain his dream without veering off on the wrong paths.